Is the real estate market going to crash? While many areas of the economy have contracted, the housing market has stayed remarkably strong. But can the good news last? We're going to talk about that and a lot more. Stay tuned. Okay, so when COVID hit last year, and it's been a whole year now, we're in March 2021 already. When COVID hit last year, and we all shut down last March, can't believe it's been a whole year. Real estate agents like me and all of our clients, we were scrambling to respond to this huge shift in the market. Record low interest rates caused some lenders to just call a halt to all underwriting. And homeowners, well, they started to debate, should we put our house in the market now or should we wait? However, those first days of huge uncertainty ushered in a period of unprecedented demand. All kidding aside, it did. Unprecedented demand in the real estate market. And we ended the year with average home prices up, and I mean way up, 13.4% on average across the United States from the previous year. And days on market were way lower, and I mean way lower than in 2019. Today, what we in the industry call the spring selling season is basically upon us, and it's approaching fast, and you might be wondering whether the good times can continue to roll on. You know, let the good times roll. Okay, sorry about that. That's an old song from my youth. So basically, if you're a homeowner and you're wondering, should I put my house on the market? Should I take advantage of this opportunity? Or if you're a buyer, should you jump in and risk paying too much, or should you wait? We're going to answer some of those questions and a few more right now. First, how is today's real estate market different from the one that caused that huge 2008 meltdown? Well, first of all, at the beginning of the pandemic, fears of an economic recession and a mortgage meltdown, just like we had in 2008, were at the top of everyone's mind. Yours, mine, and everybody, especially if you're a homeowner. So for many buyers and sellers, the two seem to go hand in hand, just as they did in the 2008 economic crisis. Mortgage meltdown, it's going to happen, right? But in reality, the conditions that led to 2008's recession were very different from those that triggered the current meltdown that we just experienced and we're still in the middle of. This time, the housing market is the source of much of the good news that we read every day. This is following the historical patterns. Housing prices traditionally hold steady in the face of a recession, with homeowners just staying put and not selling. This time around, because of lessons learned in 2008, the banks are better funded and homeowners are holding on to more equity, a lot more equity. This is a crucial thing because much of our economic activity is focused on financial factors outside the housing market. A lot of industries quickly have been pivoting to work from home. My wife is working from home. I'm basically working from home too. You might be working from home. Early fears of widespread job loss related foreclosures have basically failed to materialize. I mean, nothing's happening. Now, part of that is because the federal stimulus payments and the Paycheck Protection Program has helped to offset some of the worst early effects of the shutdown, and also part of that is because of the moratorium on foreclosures. But it's not the same as 2008. So are we facing a real estate bubble? A real estate bubble can occur when there is rapid and unjustified increase in home prices. And that's often triggered by speculation from investors. Because the bubble is, in a sense, just filled with hot air and it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and finally it pops, and then there's a swift drop in value. This leads to a reduced equity, or maybe in some cases, negative equity conditions. And that's what we saw back in 2008. People had negative equity. Now, contrast that to today. The current rise in home prices are based on predictable results of historically low interest rates. And It's also partly because of widespread low inventory. Like I said before, there's this many houses, this many buyers. So basically, the principle of supply and demand is working perfectly just like it's supposed to do. In addition, most of your experts predict a strong seller's market throughout 2021 and an increase in new construction. So this should allow supply to gradually rise and fulfill that demand that we have, slowing the rate of inflation for home values and offering maybe a gentle correction where it's needed. We have the effects of low interest rates right now. According to Freddie Mac, Freddie Mac says that rates are projected to continue at their current low levels throughout 2021. Basically what I said in my last video, maybe a slight increase, but pretty much hovering around 3%. Now, that'll contribute to home affordability, even in the markets where homes might otherwise be considered overpriced. In fact, I have buyers that they say, I can't buy a house. Everything's overpriced. But they're not taking into consideration the low interest rates, the historically low interest rates, increasing their buying power. So these low interest rates should keep the market lively and moving forward to probably the foreseeable future. Let's talk about the effects of low inventory. Continuing low inventory is another reason for higher than average home prices in most of the markets. Now, this should gradually ease off with the vaccination rollout as people become more and more comfortable having people come into their house to look at it, and more people feel comfortable going out and looking for houses. It also should gradually ease off with the continuing buyer demand, driving more homeowners to move forward with those long delayed plans that they had last year to sell. Also, as new home construction increases to meet the demand of buyers. In fact, here's a caveat. If you're looking for a house and you're thinking about a new home, don't forget, come see me first. I can help you with your new home purchase. In fact, I've helped clients get anywhere from $1,000 to over $5,000 back in their pocket by using me as their realtor in the new home purchase. But I have to go with you the very first time, or else I can't be your agent. And you're going to leave a lot of money on the table. So get with me first if you're thinking about buying a new home. I'd be more than happy to help negotiate more money in your pocket. What about the condo market? It's pretty weak, right? Well, in 2020, we saw a mass exodus from condo communities and high-priced city areas as both young professionals and families fled to the larger square footage and the wide open spaces of suburban and rural markets. Yeehaw! Okay, I just threw that in there. You don't have to say that if you live in a rural market. You know what I mean. Basically, this was reinforced by some of the country's biggest companies offering work from home policies and then making those policies permanent. Then it was thought there'd be a death of cities and the end of condo market. However, it appears that rumors of the demise of those two residential sectors have been greatly exaggerated. They're still there. Now, while condo prices continue to kind of lag behind those of detached homes, they're still seeing significant price increases and days on market reductions year over year. So we're looking at prices going up, days on market going down, just like the traditional house. In addition to those improvements, the 2020 migration has spread the economic wealth to distant suburban and rural areas that just don't normally get big increases in home values. More and more people are moving out into those areas, and they're seeing some economic growth. A lot of those new residents in those new rural areas will actually revitalize the economics of the economies of those communities, and they'll do it for a long time. That's good news for some of those suburban and rural areas. So how has COVID affected this seasonal real estate market, what we call the spring selling season? So frequently, the real estate market is seen as a seasonal phenomenon. You know, during the winter times, it's low. During the summertime, the springtime, it's a little higher. But the shutdowns in March 2020, coming right at the beginning of the spring selling season, gave us what seems like an endless hot spring market. In fact, we went into winter thinking it was still a hot spring market, and now we're back into the new year and it's still a hot spring market. Fannie Mae's chief economist Douglas Duncan predicted a jump in the second half of 2021 as many buyers return to business as usual and look to put some of their pandemic savings to work for a down payment. You are saving some of that pandemic money that's coming in. If you're still working and you're getting money from the government, put that away. It could help you buy a house. So we could be looking at another longer than usual white hot real estate market in 2021. So overall, according to most indicators, the real estate news looks positive. In fact, overwhelmingly positive throughout the rest of 2021 and possibly beyond. Pent-up demand and continued low interest rate environment and then rising inventory, that should all help homeowners hold on to their increased equity without throwing the market out of balance. And then the work from home policies, well, those promise to give a boost to a wide variety of markets, both now and in the years to come. In fact, if you're thinking about relocating, maybe not just from the city area to the rural areas or the suburban areas in the same state, if you're thinking about getting out of California and moving somewhere else, I can help you there too with my relocation specialists. So get with me there. You still have questions? Well, guess what? Give me a call. I have answers. We'll talk. Hey, look, real estate is local. I'm here to answer the questions that you have and help you understand what's happening in your individual neighborhood. Reach out to learn how this affects your local market and your own home's value. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell. Give me a thumbs up. If you're watching this on Facebook, like my page. Give me a like. If you're watching this on Instagram and IGTV, give me the heart symbol. Show me the love. And no matter where you're watching this, please share this video with somebody who might benefit from this information. Until next time, I'm Ray Wright, your SoCal Realtor, and I'm looking out for you.